What if I told you there's a tiny, hidden muscle in your body that quietly controls three of the things men over 50 care about most? How often you rush to the bathroom, how strong and reliable things are in the bedroom, and how much pressure your prostate and bladder have to deal with every single day. And almost no one talks about it. It's not your abs. It's not your glutes. It's not your thighs. It's your pelvic floor, a deep internal support system that sits under your bladder and prostate like a muscular hammock. When it's strong and responsive, it helps you hold urine with confidence, empty your bladder more completely, support your prostate from underneath, and keep blood flowing well where it matters in your pelvis. When it's weak, you get dribbling after you pee. That gotta go now urgency. Getting up 2-3 times a night, less control in intimate moments. Here's the good news. You can train this muscle quietly in 5 minutes a day. No equipment, no gym. No one around you has to know you're doing it. In this video, we're going to walk through how to find your pelvic floor without guessing. The most common mistakes men make with Kegel exercises that make them useless. A simple, safe routine you can do sitting, standing, or in the shower. And who should not be doing these exercises without a doctor's guidance? I'm not going to promise you'll magically shrink your prostate overnight. That's not how the body works. But I will show you how to build the internal support and control that can take pressure off your bladder, help your prostate symptoms feel more manageable, and give you back a sense of confidence in your own body. If you've ever had to scan a restaurant for the bathroom before you sit down, or worried about leaks when you cough, laugh, or lift, or felt things aren't quite as strong as they used to be in the bedroom, this is for you. Step 1. Meet the muscle no one taught you about. If I asked you to flex your bicep, you'd know exactly what to do. If I said tighten your abs, you'd probably brace your belly. But if I say tighten your pelvic floor, most men either shrug or they squeeze everything except the right muscle. So let's make this crystal clear. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles that wrap around the base of your bladder, sit underneath your prostate, and form a kind of muscular sling from your pubic bone in the front to your tailbone in the back. These muscles help you start and stop urine, control gas and stool, support your pelvic organs from below. When they lose tone, which is very common after 50 due to sitting, prostate enlargement, surgery, or just time, you can notice slower or in stream, feeling like you didn't quite empty, dribbles in your underwear afterward, more nighttime trips, less control in intimate situations. The first step is simply being able to find this muscle on purpose. The easiest way is a one-time test. Next time you're urinating, try gently stopping the flow midstream. Don't force it, and don't repeat this over and over. This is just to locate the muscle. That deep internal squeeze you feel when the stream slows or stops, that's your pelvic floor. Once you've found it, don't keep training on the toilet. Stopping your urine midstream regularly can irritate the bladder and isn't a good long-term exercise. From now on, we'll train that same muscle away from the bathroom, sitting, standing, or lying down. Step 2. The biggest mistake men make with Kegels. Most men who've tried Kegels will say, "Yeah, I tried those, didn't do anything." But when you watch what they're doing, you see they're squeezing their butt, or tightening their abs, or clenching their thighs, or holding their breath and turning red. That's like trying to train your biceps by flexing your neck. Wrong muscle, wrong signal. Proper pelvic floor training is subtle, deep, specific. It feels like you're gently lifting something inside your pelvis, or as if you're trying to stop urine, or hold in gas without squeezing your butt cheeks together. So here's a quick check. Sit or lie down right now and try this. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Take a slow breath in. As you gently breathe out, see if you can do a soft internal lift, like pulling the base of your pelvis slightly up and in. Now check. Are your abs hard? Are your buttocks squeezing? Are you clenching your jaw? If the outer muscles are working harder than the inside, ease off. This is not about force. It's about precision. And this is where your breathing becomes the secret weapon. Step 3. Sync your pelvic floor with your breath. Here's something most men have never been told. Your diaphragm, the big breathing muscle under your ribs, and your pelvic floor move together like dance partners. When you inhale deeply, your diaphragm moves down. Your organs shift slightly downward. Your pelvic floor responds. When you exhale, everything moves gently back. The problem? Most stressed, busy adults over 50 breathe shallow and high in the chest. The diaphragm barely moves. The pelvic floor never gets a full, healthy cycle of movement. Over time, it forgets how to engage well. So our first real exercise is breath-synced Kegels. You can do this sitting in a chair or lying on your back with your knees bent. Breath-synced Kegel beginner version. Sit or lie down comfortably. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Inhale slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds, letting your belly gently expand. Think soft belly, not forced. As you exhale gently through your mouth, lightly engage your pelvic floor, like you're trying to stop urine, or gently lift the muscle at the base of your pelvis. Please hold that gentle lift for about 3-5 seconds while continuing to breathe naturally. Do not hold your breath. On your next inhale, fully release. Let everything relax. No squeezing, no effort. Rest for about 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. That's 1 round. For most men, that's enough for the day when you're starting. Key reminders. This should feel like a gentle internal contraction, not a full body strain. Your face, shoulders, and chest stay relaxed. Your butt and thighs can stay soft. They're not the star here. You're teaching your pelvic floor to turn on and off on purpose, in rhythm with your breath. That on-off control is what helps with urgency, dribbling, and holding it when you're not near a bathroom. Step 4. Why posture makes or breaks your results. You can be doing everything right with your squeeze and your breath, but if you're hunched over, collapsed at the waist, or sitting on your tailbone, your pelvic floor is trying to work in a terrible position. Imagine a trampoline that's tilted and sagging. Jumping on it won't feel right, and it won't bounce well. Your pelvic floor is similar. Good posture equals better angle for the muscle to work. Bad posture equals constant pressure and poor connection. Before any set of Kegels, take 10 seconds to set up your posture. Posture reset. If you're sitting, sit toward the front edge of the chair. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders up, back, and let them drop. Let a small, natural curve stay in your lower back. Don't tuck your tail under. If you're standing, stand with feet hip width apart. Soften your knees slightly. Imagine gently lengthening from tailbone to top of your head. Let your chest be open but not puffed out. Now, from this tall but relaxed position, do your breath-synced Kegels. You'll likely notice the contraction feels more precise. You can lift the pelvic floor a bit better. You're not accidentally bracing your abs as much. Posture doesn't just make you look more confident. It literally changes the angle and effectiveness of the muscles that support your bladder and prostate. Step 5. The shower trick. Turning Kegels into a habit. Here's the honest truth. Lots of men understand Kegels and then never do them. Not because they're hard, but because they forget. That's why I love what I call the shower technique. Your shower happens almost every day. You're alone. You're already relaxed. Warm water is flowing over your body. That's the perfect trigger for a short pelvic floor session. Here's how to use it. As you stand in the shower, let the water hit your back or chest. Stand with feet hip width apart, knees soft, posture tall. Take a slow breath in through your nose. As you exhale, gently lift your pelvic floor, the same motion you practiced earlier. Hold for 3-5 seconds, then release fully on your next inhale. Repeat this 10 times while you shampoo, rinse, or just stand under the water. You've just done your daily set with 0 extra time. The warmth of the water helps. Relax surrounding muscles. Increase blood flow to the pelvic area. Make it easier to feel that deep internal lift. Plus, the routine becomes automatic. Water hits your skin, brain remembers pelvic floor session happens. Over weeks, these tiny, consistent, invisible workouts add up. Quick pause. Let's strengthen this community too. Before we go into the more advanced version, the power holds, let me pause and talk to you for a second. If you're over 50 and you care about keeping your independence, reducing those late-night bathroom runs, protecting your joints, heart, and prostate as you age, that's exactly what we focus on here at True Senior Healthness. So, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and in the comments let me know your age and whether nighttime bathroom trips are an issue for you right now. Your questions and stories help me choose what to cover next. And your subscribe helps this message reach more men who've never heard anyone talk about this stuff. All right, let's level up your pelvic floor. Step 6. Power holds, building real staying power. So far, we focused on activating the pelvic floor gently and rhythmically, but in real life, you sometimes need more than a quick squeeze. When a sudden urge hits and there's no bathroom nearby, when you cough, sneeze, or lift something heavy, or when you want more staying power in the bedroom, that's where power holds come in. Think of them as the plank version of Kegels. Instead of quick light contractions, we're training your pelvic floor to hold a steady, moderate contraction for a longer time. Power hold Kegels. Intermediate. Sit, stand, or lie down with good posture. Use the reset we practice. Take a gentle breath in through your nose. As you exhale, contract your pelvic floor. Think, lift, and tighten deep inside, as if you're stopping urine and holding in gas at the same time, but at about 50-70% effort, not 100%. Hold that contraction for up to 10 seconds. Important. Keep breathing. Don't clamp your jaw or hold your breath. After your hold, fully release and rest for 10-15 seconds. Repeat 5-8 times. When you first try this, a full 10 seconds may be too much. That's fine. Start with 4-5 seconds hold, 10 seconds rest. Build gradually. This is not a race. What you're training is endurance, teaching those pelvic floor fibers to stay switched on under pressure, then truly relax when they're not needed. Over time, men often notice fewer uh-oh moments with urgency, better control when they laugh, sneeze, or lift, improved firmness and staying power in intimate moments. Again, this isn't a magic cure for prostate disease, but it is powerful support for everything that area has to do. How often should you do these? Here's a simple structure most men can handle. Phase 1, learning first 2-3 weeks. 1 session per day of breath-synced Kegels, 10 reps. Do it sitting or lying down, plus use the shower technique if you like. Phase 2, building wakes, 4-3, aches. 1 session per day of breath-synced Kegels, 10 reps. 1 session per day of power holds, 5-8 holds of 6-10 seconds. Total time? Often under 5 minutes. More is not always better. Overworking the pelvic floor can make it tight and tired, which can actually worsen some symptoms. Aim for consistency, good form, full relaxation between reps. Think daily maintenance, not crushing a workout. Who should not jump straight into Kegels? This part is important. Pelvic floor exercises are safe for many men, but not everyone. You should definitely talk to your doctor, urologist, or pelvic floor therapist first if you've recently had prostate surgery like TURP, laser, or prostate removal. You have significant pelvic pain or burning that gets worse when you tighten those muscles. You've been told you have a hypertonic or overactive pelvic floor. You have new or worsening symptoms like blood in urine, pain with urination, or suddenly severely weak stream. And even if you're otherwise healthy, pay attention to how your body responds. If you notice more urgency, more pain, or feeling tight and uncomfortable down there, back off and get professional guidance. Sometimes the pelvic floor needs more relaxation and stretching first, not extra squeezing. Remember, the goal here is balance, strong enough to support and control, relaxed enough to let you empty and move comfortably. What about shrinking the prostate? You've probably seen wild claims online. Do this and shrink your prostate overnight. One exercise that cures your prostate problems. Let's be clear. Kegel exercises do not dissolve prostate tissue. Do not replace proper medical evaluation for enlarged prostate, BPH, or prostate cancer. What they can do is help your bladder empty more effectively, reduce leaking and dribbling, support blood flow and tissue health in the pelvic region, improve your sense of control and confidence. Think of it this way. Your prostate and bladder are like heavy equipment in a building. Your pelvic floor is more like the support beams and internal wiring. Kegels don't replace repairs to the equipment if it's badly damaged, but they make the whole system more stable, efficient, and resilient. So if you have frequent nighttime urination, weak stream, hesitation starting, pain, burning, or blood in your urine, please don't just do Kegels and hope for the best. Talk to your doctor, get checked, then use pelvic floor training as one tool in a bigger plan, bringing it all together. Let's recap what you now know. There's a deep support system under your bladder and prostate, your pelvic floor, that most men never train. Weakness here can contribute to urgency, dribbling, poor control, and reduced confidence. You can learn to activate it by imagining you're stopping urine or holding in gas without squeezing your butt, abs, or thighs. Breath-synced Kegels reconnect your diaphragm and pelvic floor and calm your nervous system at the same time. Good posture makes every rep more effective by putting your pelvic floor in the right position. The shower technique turns training into a habit you actually remember. Power holds build staying power for those real-life moments when you need more control. And finally, this is not about crazy promises or miracle cures. It's about building smart, quiet strength where it matters most. You don't need to tell anyone you're doing this, but you might notice, a few weeks from now, you're not rushing to the bathroom quite as often. There's less dribbling in your underwear. Nighttime trips are less frequent, and you feel a little more like your body is working with you, not against you. That's the real win, your next step. If this spoke to you, don't just nod and move on. Pick one of these, right now. Do 10 breath-synced Kegels in good posture as soon as this video ends. Decide that every shower you take will include one quiet round of pelvic floor training. Or commit to 14 days of daily practice and see what changes. Then in the comments tell me your age, which version you're going to start with, and what you're hoping will improve. Less nighttime peeing, better control, more confidence, better intimacy, whatever it is for you. If you found this helpful, please tap like, subscribe to True Senior Healthness, and share this with a brother, friend, or partner who you know won't bring this up himself, but probably needs to hear it. No one talks about this stuff. But every man over 50 deserves to know how much power he still has from the inside out. You're not broken. You're not too old. Your body is still listening. Let's keep giving it smart, simple signals to stay strong, steady, and confident, one quiet rep at a time.